Starting to the bottom left of the map, for Team Samsung Khan, we have the Zerg player, a former champion.
Samsung Khan, RorO.
Really strong player. A little bit lacking in his Zerg versus Terran though. We're going to talk about this in just a few seconds. Starting to the right side of the map, we have in red for Team MVP.
MVP Dream.
And
today is the day of 10 pulls,
exactly.
I guess, Calder.
And Dream is being faced with the 10 pull here.
RorO saw that against Marine King. He was like, you know, that's pretty cool.
Well, let's see where we have that command center. It looks like we're going to see it on... do we have a command center first? That's of course the first question here. If we do have a command center first, no we don't. No. We have the barracks instead and he's going to wall. So that is the best opening that Dream could hope for against this build that RorO is using in game number 1.
Yeah. He's gonna have the Reaper out, and that means that not only will he be able to stave off the Zerglings, but he can also just go back for the Scout. And the thing is, with these Lings, they're all slow, so they're not even going to be able to escape from the Reaper.
I talked a little bit about the ZVT that RorO has and that it's not really all that impressive. And of course you have to realize or to just know that he goes up against very tough opponents. But he played 16 maps against against Terran. And he only won 6 of them. So he is at a 38% win ratio against Terran these days. The last opponents that he lost to were Innovation, Alive, Bravo, and also Flash. So very high caliber Terran players that he had to deal with. Dream, on the other hand, is not as accomplished as those guys, but he is a very strong player himself and has a great record in Terran versus Zerg. He has played 14 maps and he won 11 of them, which leaves him with an 80% win ratio against Zerg. And so far, things are looking really good for him. We have RorO with a follow-up into a hatch after his initial Zergling, so he wants to go into a more economy-based play. But Dream is safe with his wall, and those Zerglings should not be an issue for him.
Yeah, they should not be at all. He's just gonna... He's waiting with those Lings, which is really interesting. Because he saw that this is a Reaper opening, so he's gonna wait until the Reaper is gone, and then he's gonna come and harass the Command Center. I really like this. That is a very smart choice. Not many Zergs would have thought about it this way.
He's already in a really bad spot because of that wall, so he just waits up to the point where he thinks, okay, the command center should be started by now. If you build that on the low ground, I'm gonna be there to force a cancel.
Yeah, this is really cool. I like this so much. Reaper in the main base, though, could pose a problem. He actually saves the drone by making it into an extractor, something he is going to want eventually anyways. Sees the last Reaper leave, but the Lings are spotted. He will lose the SCV building the command center, though, at the very least.
Yep. That is definitely true, and he is most likely also forced to cancel this. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, I don't think... Oh my god, he made a small mistake here.
He missed it.
He did not right-click on the SCV, and now those Zerglings are attacking the command center instead. That's very annoying for him.
He did finally kill it, though. He corrected himself, but it took him a little while. And the next Reaper is far off. He's going to have to cancel.
Yeah, has to cancel after all. But for a second, I was actually like a little bit scared for him and thought that maybe Dream is able to just go through with this.
The only reason why RorO is able to do this is just because he made this incredibly intelligent choice to hide the Lings. Otherwise, this would not have happened this way. The Reapers would have come back earlier, he would have saved the command center. And as it is now, even though he lost a lot of economy to do the early pull, he's made up for it tenfold almost. There's the second command center going down for Dream. That's his response.
Double CC in the main base now, and Dream also has 3 Reapers now on the map. And with those 3 Reapers, he can actually just move in and try to take down a few of the drones, but at least he will be able to get the scouting information. And gas timings, that's what he is really interested in now. He wants to know what exactly is the second step for RorO. What is he going to do? Will he try to go into a third base? Will he try to go for some kind of all-in? But the tech for Dream is decent at this point. He's already ready with his factory, just waiting for the reactor to finish. And the only thing that RorO has right now is a speed upgrade started.
Yeah. It's the only thing he has. Reaper's coming in here, just annoying the Queens. I'm a little bit surprised he doesn't try to pop into the main base here. And there's actually some units coming down here. He has to save that Reaper. Really important for him to make sure every unit that he has is alive, because as we saw just before with Marine King in a previous match, if you keep these Reapers alive, they can really put a hurting on that third hatchery. You send them over there, start picking away at it, and sometimes, in very rare cases, you can kill it.
Yeah.
Fast lair.
Yeah, fast lair instead for him. And that leaves him with a few options. He could either go for a very fast mutal display and try to hit his opponent with the timing here. The Queen's at the front trying to defend. him getting the extra gas up. If he wants to do that, he needs the double extractor though at the natural, and as I say, he actually starts those. So he could actually go for this. He could go for the Mutalisk timing. That gives him the control of the map, gives him also control of the airspace, and therefore medivacs won't be an issue. But he needs... Oh, nice transfuse on the Queen here, just saving her in the last second.
Ooh. Gets 1 Reaper, 2 Reapers.
But at what cost?
Well, the cost of now all 12 Zerglings and the expense of Twitch chat, but...
Yeah, actually those Zerglings are doing a lot. They're taking down those Hellions as well.
Yeah.
That was the perfect number.
That was exactly needed, and the control from Dream was not the best.
He could have split it a little bit better and maximized the damage that he deals to the Zerglings and got out of there with a few of those units.
Spire is the choice, as predicted. With all the lings he was making, I thought he might go for Nidus, but do you think it's possible he just goes for 2 base lings with a few banelings and tries to just do damage at the natural here?
I think he's going. He's already taken the 3rd base, so he's going for the 3rd, but he's definitely trying. To make this happen with a bit of a timing. If he can hide his Spire Tech for a little bit longer, he can just move into the main base, do a lot of damage to the economy. We'll follow it up with the normal Ling meter Baneling strategy and try to just stabilize and get these upgrades out. But you can really see that we don't have evolution chambers just yet. So this is him dedicating all the gas that he has into this faster tech. And with the timing that we have, the Mutalisks will arrive at the main base of the Terran planet roughly around the 11-minute mark. And Dream, it would be great for him to get into the main base somehow. The Reapers are gone, but with a scan, he might be able to see what's happening.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. Ooh! 2 depots here, a little bit late, but not so late that he can't get them up.
You know, on the other hand, Dream should actually... He should get an inkling what's coming here. I would not be surprised to see him throw down Missile Turret very soon, or at least borrow a few of those Dynamites in the main base. Because what did he not scout? He did not see anything that resembles an evolution chamber, which is, of course, a gas dump in the early game for the Zerg. So he must be wondering right now, what are you getting? Like, what do you do with your gas? Do you have that 3rd base? Yes, you do, and you're getting gas there. So what is going to be your tech? Yes, there could be a Nidus network. Sometimes we see that with roaches or even without, but the more likely choice is the Spire tech. And I'm very surprised that he doesn't get anything to defend against those. There we go.
Okay, now he starts it, but he's seen so many lings, you know, he knows there's gas dumped into something. And just the 1 turret is something that you're going to want anyways,
but
so...
look at the timing here. Look how beautifully that lines up.
It's so great for him. Baneling speed is on the way during all this.
The missile turret is done right now, and this is exactly the time when the Mutalisk arrive in the main base. 11 minutes and 10 seconds.
That was the perfect time, but he ignores the turret, goes for the production in the main base here. Kills 2 SCVs.
Yeah, should not be too much of an issue though. There are still Marines. As long as you protect one of your mineral lines at the beginning, you can protect the second up to the point where you have missile turrets there as well. So you don't have the massive investment into missile turrets right now away, but you can get those later. Lost the mule on the other hand, so RorO at least getting something out of this.
Yeah. His Overlord's finished and he starts 11 drones and gets those evolution chambers. That is one of the biggest problems for a Zerg when you go for this type of strategy, is having the evolution chambers so late. By the way, that was crazy, Mike. Did you see that where the Muse attacking the weakened Marines were lifted into the medevac? That's insane control from Dream.
But you know, I was talking about this earlier. If you go for the strategy and you decide to go into your tech first and then into the evolution chambers later, yes, you fall behind in the upgrades, but this is a conscious decision. This is a risk that you just run, because you want to do damage to your opponent, you want to surprise him. But even if you don't do that, you will have the map control. You cannot fight head-on with the Mutalisk just yet, but that's where the Banelings come into play, and also the Zerglings. This is why we have the Baneling nest. But it gives him safety against drops, and it also gives him the map control. So that's what he's trying to do right now, and he tries just to get those extra bases up, get the extra economy, and then equalize in the upgrades. And Dream actually made the mistake of not getting his armory in time.
Yeah. He's going to allow him a lot of catch-up time, RorO that is. Tries to set up a trap for the Mutas, not quite being as watchful as he could be. The Muta's not really getting a whole lot done here, though. He's protecting the Overlord. He's going to kill 3 Marines, and that's a way. He could kill 5 Marines and get away. Does, and even the medevac here is being used to try to chase them down. If he gets caught here, this could be a disaster. Yeah, he should be able to get away. It's going to be close.
He tries to back him into a corner, and there's a few Marines are there. Missile turret also getting kills. Yeah, one kill.
Yeah, if he targeted, he could have gotten 2. You very rarely see turrets micro, though.
Yeah, this is really what he wants to do. Just buy himself the time, occupy his opponent, keep him in his base. But for Dream, I mean, Dream needs to get the 2-2 out, and there's the +2 attack upgrade. Here's the armor upgrade, so he once again gets a little bit ahead here. And this is where Zerg just has a big problem. If the Terran is ahead in the upgrades and moves out with such a huge army, but those banelings that he's moving at the potential 4th base of Dream, those could actually blindside him. If they get into the mineral line, then Dream's economy might fall apart.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. He's got a few units back there.
Main base drop, and the 3rd is being attacked. The 4th, actually, that is. So the main base drop forces those Mutalisks to retreat, and this is exactly the time that he moves to in. But here we have...
He hits the hit. It's in there. It looks like Dream was just not paying attention. His depots were down even.
Yeah, and Harvester count 21. That's exactly what I talked about earlier. Now his economy is a little bit more shaky, but he still has 50 SCVs, and he has the mules.
The pickup here a little bit late. Great Widowmine shot. And he will escape, but that could have been much more disastrous. He noticed a little bit late this force was coming. He's trying to reunite his units together.
In general, I like this better for Dream, what just happened. Because we have, yes, we had this run by with those banelings doing a lot of damage, but he can rely on the mules, and the power of mules is something that is just awesome for a Terran. But this draw into the main with the Mutalisk, with this drop that he used, and then just going in at the 4th and taking that down was very important for Dream to limit the gas income.
I like his position much better than RorO's, simply because his upgrades are also starting to creep ahead, and he's got this map presence. So he's constantly pressuring RorO here. RorO cannot remake his 4th. Well, he's trying to make whatever here, but the problem is, as you can see on screen, as soon as that's scouted with the drop, the base is forfeit, and he's going to have to cancel that no matter what.
Exactly, he has to cancel it, and this is a problem because it's 3 base against 3 base. The Terran player is more than happy to actually play this game. And we have the Infestation Pit now for RorO. I very much like this decision, but Dream is also in a spot where he can start his 3-3 very soon, and if he does, he will eventually get ahead in upgrades. And we talked about this countless times.
Yeah. Infestation Pit timing here, though, is a lot
We don't mind.
Oh, hits the Lings instead of the Mutas, but that flank was so close to eliminating a lot of those Mutas. He has a Widowmine drop here.
That's the problem that you have with Mutalisks. You cannot face Marines head-on, and currently the Mutalisks are actually being chased across the map, and you want it to be the other way around. You want to Mutalisks to hit spots and the Terran player just to run from the right to the left, from the bottom to the center, wherever, just trying to catch up with them. So this is not a good spot for RorO. It's actually Dream calling the shots and not the Mutalisks forcing him into a position. Now maybe in the main base against 1 turret, those Mutalisks are definitely enough, but where are the reinforcements?
Here they come, they're coming back. He has a good amount of kills on those. Right now, 67 drones to 57 SCVs, though, because RorO is so pressured that he can't make as many drones as he would like to. He's constantly having to remake an... Oh, that Widowmine shot! Insane!
And
14 kills.
Look at that tactical decision here to once again draw him to the left side and moving in at the potential 4th, that is. Forcing a cancel again. 3-3 has been started. The only thing that I really, really love about RorO's position is that he gets the
quick hive.
Yeah, well, it's not really a quick hive, but you know, it's measured against the upgrades of the Terran player. It's in a fairly good spot.
Yeah, it's not going to be one of those 5 to 6 minute timings where the Terran has 3-3 for that long before you can even start yours. The Muto is trapped again. He will escape with most of them here, it looks like, in fact, all of them.
Okay.
But he's, like you said, you never want your Mutos to be in a position where you're being chased by Marines across the map. Yep. Dream just has had map control this entire time.
And keep one thing in mind, Marines are cheap. They are really cheap. Losing a couple of Marines every now and then, you don't care about that at all. It's more important to keep the rest of your army alive, especially all those medivacs that we have. So Marines are easily replaced, but they are so strong once that this 1-1, the 3-3 upgrades hit. At this point already with the +2, they're incredibly strong. But he can sacrifice a few of them as long as he pays attention to the big chunk of his army. So now we have even a bit of a supply advantage here for a second for Dream.
Yeah.
But Dream, he's even getting a 4th, he's getting a planetary, and I love his position. I really like it.
He has an attempted flank, RorO that is, or he may just go for the counterattack here.
He might be able to snipe that base, and that would be really huge.
It's really great for him to be able to do this, but if he loses all of his units to do it, then I'm not sure how much I like it. And he actually doesn't get it.
Nice.
And now he's trapped.
Really well done here by Dream. I like this decision. Immediately the lift on the command center, and he pulls back the SCVs. He realizes that this is the entire army of RorO, and he knows that with the 4th base that he's already set up, he can afford to just move back for now, and that was the perfect decision for him.
The Mutas here being chased away once more, and he lost so much to try to kill that base. He failed, and now he's lost control of the middle of the map. There's very few Banelings here, and so many Widow Mines.
Widow Mines with additional hits. Oh my god, that was awesome. He got nearly all of those Banelings, and now he splits Will against the rest of them. You can really see how suddenly RorO is falling behind in supply, and we have 3-3, but he needs to save those medevacs.
He needs to get those medevacs away, boost them towards his Marines, but he gets a few of the medevacs regardless.
These are the expensive units that you have to save, and Dream is rebuilding them. But keep in mind, his 3-3 is done, and RorO, he now is in a very bad spot for like a minute or two, up to the point where he has Adrenal Glands and 3-3 on his own.
He's really starting to make these Mutalisks work though. The Mutalist count getting very high, now up to 25, and there's Adrenal Glands on the way even, so he's really trying to get these upgrades out and stabilize. He has +3 on the way for his Mutas as well, don't forget.
Yeah,
he just has no army.
The Mutalist count is very dangerous, and now the double turret at the natural, that's something that I like a lot, because Dream identified that this is such a heavy Mutalist commitment that he has to do something, and the double turret is his answer. But his bases are very thinned out, and you can really see that now the Marines are suddenly having a very tough time chasing up with them, and that's exactly what you're aiming for when you go for Mutalists. That's something they couldn't do earlier, but now with the Mutalist count increasing and them already having the +2 attack upgrade, he's suddenly able to kind of make this work.
Yeah, here comes another attack at the 4th, by the way.
Just might be a little bit too late.
I think it may be.
Oh, look at Dream now moving into the 3rd base of his opponent.
He's killing it. There's no way. He's going to also boost here, it looks like, into the main base. The Mutalist count has started to thin out quite a bit, and he's just trying to draw his opponent into different directions while he can pick him apart other places. He's spreading, butter over too much toast at this point in time.
You already mentioned the attack earlier that we had at the top left that was taken out now, but we have Dream getting farther and farther ahead in the overall supply. As long as he can run out with the upgrade lead, he will have a great time here. 3-3 about to be completed for RorO, but just look at the supply here. He's already 30 supply behind his opponent, and we have 4 bases against 4.
Look at this position for the Marines and the Widow Mines. So beautiful, and he gets another shot off on those Mutalisks.
Yep. We talked about the impressive record that Dream has in this matchup, and it just shows. RorO is struggling a little bit. He has to play in Pro League and in, of course, the individual league against some of the best Zerg players in the Terran players in the entire world. But Dream is definitely giving him a run for his money. But Dream hasn't won this game just yet, and 3-3 is about to be completed for RorO, so he will be on even upgrades with the Terran player.
Dream just seems to be slipping with his macro a little bit. He has a lot of extra resources every now and then in his minerals. He's just not able to micro and build his units back at home at the same time. Good pickups here, but RorO seems to have the cards were stacked against him, but he's just defended so well, and he's made these Mutas. Like you said, there's a moment where we're thinking, he's making the Mutas work, but is it too late? It turns out that he's able to make it work long enough to close the gap in upgrades, and also he has +3 for his Mutas finishing.
Exactly, the +3 for the Mutalist. This is where he can really try to utilize that hit and run ability of them. And with +3, he could actually just try to snipe that planetary.
Yeah, it's finished now, and he's going in. There is a Widow Mine, but only one.
Really good hit. Oh wow, I can't believe that he didn't build any missile turrets at the space. Yeah. That is really surprising to me. He was attacked several times already here, and he built one missile turret earlier that got taken out. I really thought that he would try to rebuild those.
I think part of the reason is that he thought the Widow Mines might just cut it on their own, but it turns out they don't.
He's running a little bit low in minerals, and Dream, I still like his position here, but as you already said, he's slipping a little bit. If you compare the mid-game, where he was at 3 positions at once, defending, attacking, and dropping at the same time, he now suddenly is in a spot where it's a lot harder for him to make this work.
At a time, he was 30 to 40 supply ahead in the game, and now he's dropped down. This one Baneling, that one Widow Mine gets 18 kills, not able to hit the Banelings on the other hand.
The Mutalisks are starting to become a pain in the butt here for Dream, and now here come those drop plays again. Sending one to the 4th base, a couple of Marines and Banelings are already there.
Great target on those drones, and Dream just trying to make this work. Again, takes ahead a lead in the supply. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way, he's transitioning into that.
Yeah, he's drawing him to the left. And tries to move in with his army. Here come those Widow Mines. The burrow is there.
Great shot.
Good shot, really good shot. There are so many of them. A good split on those. The Ultralisk Cavern. I don't think that he can really afford this.
Not just yet.
Ooh, those Mutalisks. A great pickup once that the Widow Mine actually hit a lot of the Marines. The Mutalisks in a bad spot, losing a lot of hit points here. That's when, of course, that increased regeneration comes into play. Reinforcements moving in. Here come those Widow Mines. decent hits here.
Dream is just using the Widow Mines with his army. He's not even trying to set up something complicated. Just in the middle of a fight, he burrows them, and RorO seems to be struggling to deal with these.
Once you have the drilling claws, that is something that you can always do. It's such a great upgrade.
The Mutalists were really giving Dream a tough time, but he's moved beyond that now. And RorO hasn't remade his Mutalist that he's lost because he's trying to transition to Ultralists, and Ultralists require a lot of gas, so you can't be putting your gas in the Mutas when you're doing this. He has the chitinous plating on the way. There's a drop in the main.
Yeah, drop into the main base, goes in once again. And, well, right now he could do a lot of damage here. Both players really trying to take down the economy. They know that they're on an even amount of bases. Well, there's actually another base coming. What? These hits are so crazy. His Widowmine play is really exceptional.
Yeah, you can see he's definitely targeting more than most average Terrans would. He's making sure that he gets the biggest bang for his buck on those Widowmines.
Those Mutalists are now suddenly forced back, and you know, earlier they did so much damage to the economy. They were always able to sneak into the natural, into the fourth base and take down SCVs. We saw the entire game just both players rebuilding drones because of that, or SCVs. And here once again, Zergling's now running in at the third, taking down Harvesters.
Yeah, no bunker, nothing here. He's going to lose a lot of Harvesters. He has to sim some of his Marines.
Yeah, but at the same time, we have the drop at the top left once again, and this time the drones come off the mineral line, where Dream sends another force to the bottom left at this pocket expansion and tries to take down the Harvester here. One Ultralisk alone is not going to cut it for the... Oh, that's a little bit of a problem here. Only 3 Mutalisks, he's taking down all of those.
He must have had those all in the same hotkey or something mistakenly.
Yeah, I think they just spawned and he sent them over. But he saved the base at the bottom.
Yeah, he did save the base at the bottom, and it looks like he...
Oh my god, those Marines at the top!
He is going to lose the base here. There's another command center now landed in the middle of the map for Dream as well, so we can get some additional income from that.
Such a great game by both players. Yes, a few individual mistakes, but that makes this game just so entertaining.
It's exciting.
Both of them just going in and move after move. I just don't think that RorO really has the economy to make an Ultralisk play work.
Yeah, he doesn't, because he has right now barely any income at all in minerals. In gas, he's got enough gas, but it's a two-way street, and RorO is trying to, or Dream is trying to make him walk one way.
What really made this, I mean, Dream is now in a spot where he could actually end this game pretty soon. And I personally feel that what brought him into this position was his ability to keep the economy of the Zerg player low for such a long time, always moving in and denying that fourth base for so long.
Dream for me, man, if I had to give him a nickname, it would be the Widowmine Terran, because he is really good at the transfuse and making that Ultralisk practically a Warcraft 3 hero, but second one comes through, he's got to dodge those Widowmines, though. That
definitely has a potion of greater healing right there.
Yeah.
And it's using it, and for some reason doesn't have a cooldown. I always struggle with the cooldown, but for some reason that Ultralisk doesn't have the problem.
That Ultralisk is totally fine with getting potion after potion.
Look at the supply here, once again, just a 10 supply advantage for Dream.
It's because Dream's just not quite able to finish these Ultralisks off with his Marines.
Yeah, well, here we go in, and he takes down the expansion, and this was so important. There's no income anymore, basically.
None. I mean, right now Dream has 1,600 minerals per minute versus 260.
And that's actually going to decrease in just a few seconds. He's mining from a few mineral patches. RorO, that is, yeah. The mules, of course, they are going to come into play for Dream now, and that will just further increase the gap.
Yeah. And, I mean, RorO is trying to be so cost efficient. That's one thing he's really done this game. Always so cost efficient with his views until he lost them later on. He did a lot of damage, he kept them alive, he kept that gas up. Now, the Ultras, he's getting them out literally one by one. One Ultra comes out, then the second one, the third, he keeps them alive, he transfuses them, but it's too much.
GG.
No money, and you're not making a